I'm going to show you how you can make this block. It's an optical illusion, and it's actually a disappearing 4-pack. So this 4-pack starts out easily enough. You need 2 different fabrics, one that is light, one that is dark. And so this is a nice shot cotton. This is what's left over. And this is a tone on tone, kind of a white on cream. And then basically I went through and figured it out myself. And I have a short that I made where I'm basically showing the process pretty quickly. I published that short at the very end of February this year. So while I was kind of looking through as a last check here just to see if anybody had also put something out, there's this other channel, Britta the Questioning Quilter, who has a version, and she calls it a disappearing 4-pack. However, she does not do it like mine, and after watching her video, I can say with great confidence, this is a much easier way that I do it. I do have, this is really messy because this was kind of my cheat sheet. I have measurements here, and this is basically the measurement from the center, and you know, I'm going to provide these measurements in inches and also in centimeters for our metric friends. And I'm going to provide all of that in the description down below, so definitely open that up and check it out. So let's get started. So you start with making a 4-pack, which means that you need 8.5-inch squares to start with. So just sew that up. Now it's sewn up. And then from that center seam, we are going to measure 3 inches on either side and cut. And then carefully rotate it. And then measure 3 inches from that center seam and cut on either side. And then once that is done, go ahead and just flip them like shown. And that's the basic way that you get a disappearing 4-pack. Now from that new seam that we just made, you're going to measure 2 1/8 inch from those seams and cut, like shown here. And then again, carefully rotate it, and then from those new seams, 2 1/8 inch cut. And then just like before, rotating it around on those patches on the middle edges and then sewing it all together. And now for this third round, we go with that last seam that we just made and do 1.5 inches on those cuts. And you just line it up from that last seam that we made, carefully rotating it. And then at this point, these are very skinny little strips, and so just line them up, get them sewn together, and now it's all done. So here is the block finished, and I want to flip it over just so I can show you what I was doing with the pressing. And so this is a case where there is pressing that takes advantage of just going the one way. I spun the seams in the center here, and in this case I did it all this one way. Then I found that on this one I actually wanted to press the seams open, and so that's an option as well. And in the case of pressing it open, I still had it to where I spun the seam, so spun it pressed it the one way and then released the little bit of thread here so I could spin that seam and have it be flat. And then around it, I just have pressed open seams. So I found as I was working on my additional blocks that I just liked it better if I pressed the seams open instead. So, but you can do it either way, because like this is a case where I actually press them to the side. I just found in this case it was a little difficult at times to kind of figure out which way And so I'd have to kind of like press in a different direction so that I could match things up. And so that's why I shifted to pressing them open. And so here's another one where I pressed it open. And then this is one where I did it pressing it to the side. So these would have been like the third and fourth ones that I did. And then these two here were the first and second ones that I did. And so now all that's left to do is to just go ahead and put these together. I'm going to put these together in one big square. So here's the final result. And this is the four of them together. It does have a very nice optical illusion kind of effect to it. It's not to say that the other quilter has something that is less than. She's actually got a pretty cool method for doing it. I'm kind of tempted to look at it that way, where you organize it in a different way to put it back together. But this is one way that you can achieve that optical illusion effect, and I'm sure you can imagine putting this together in like a bed size and how that would be really cool. And so if you like that quilt, I have another optical illusion quilt. It is the double bargello that uses an interleave technique, and you can watch the video right here. Thanks for watching.